How's it going, everybody? Shaun here, another day, another vlog. As you are probably aware, I have already posted 3 different videos about my gaming consoles. I have already posted about my Nintendo 64, my Nintendo GameCube, as well as the Nintendo Wii. In this video, we're going to be looking at my PlayStation 4. Now, this is my more recent gaming console I got a couple years ago, and I enjoyed it as much as I enjoy the Nintendo, gaming consoles. It's different from the Nintendo systems that I'm normally used to. I will say that when I got the PlayStation 4, it was a kind of like a turn in terms of what kind of games I've played, especially the quality as well as just the brand, because PlayStation, Nintendo are completely different. So it was a new horizon for me because I never played PlayStation before. Well, technically I kind of did because I used to play like the little demo games over at like Target or Best Buy, and I used to really enjoy stuff like that when they had them. I don't know if they still do that anymore, but I was like, PlayStation's pretty cool and all. I just didn't know if I'd be able to fully grasp the controller. Well, I actually did, actually. I got pretty good at it. So I got the PS4 a couple of years ago, and it came along with a few cool games, and I'm going to show you that right now, along with games I purchased later on. Now, much like the Nintendo Wii, I decided to keep the PlayStation 4 in the box because, well, the box is pretty cool looking. As you can probably guess, it is Star Wars related. In fact, it is for Star Wars Battlefront. Not the sequel, but the first one. I still have yet to play the sequel, but anyways, there it is right there. This is the PlayStation. Here's the console right here. We have one controller in it. I got a second controller for Dad. And this actually came with not one, not two, but 5 games, all Star Wars related. As you can see, it comes with the original Star Wars NES game. It has a game for pod racing, bounty hunter, and Jedi Starfighter, and then, of course, Star Wars Battlefront. Let's go ahead and open this up. Actually, before I do that, look at the back side of the box here. Immerse yourself in your Star Wars battle fantasies. I love these pictures. These are really, really cool. Really, really neat. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up. As you can see, a box in a box, and I believe this is going to be where the console is. So let me go ahead and open this side. Yep. So let me pull it out. It's a lot heavier than the other gaming consoles. There it is right there. There's the PlayStation right there. You put your CD-ROMs in here. The on-off buttons are here, as well as the eject button. Got your little ports there for the power cable. And other cables need to hook up to the television. That's not the power cable. Actually, this is part of the power cable right here. This plugs into the TV. Make sure there's nothing else in the back here. Nope, there's nothing else, just the wires and PlayStation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull out the controllers, which are on the other side. I have 2 controllers, one for myself, one for Dad. Dad's is white, mine's is black. Here's Dad's. The white controller. And here's mine. And there it is, the classic black controller for the PlayStation 4. Very cool. As I previously mentioned, the controllers for the PlayStation are a lot different from the Nintendo ones. And just to give a little bit of a reference, I have my GameCube controller, the Platinum GameCube controller that I got a couple years ago. Still has the control pads here. This actually is a little like, it's almost like a mouse pad in a way, but this actually has the start button right here. This technically doesn't really have a start button, but technically the start button would be about here. And this has an A and B and Y and X button. You got your other like triggers in the back. I mean, the triggers are kind of the same, but the only problem is that this has like 4 different triggers, as you can see. As I flip it over on the back side here, we're going to see R1 and R2 and L1 and L2. Different controllers, functions right there. There are some similarities in terms of like buttons, like what kind they are, but just overall where everything is, it's completely different. I mean, this is up here, this is down here, this one's still on the bottom, so it's a little bit interesting. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So my first physical game that I got for the PS4 is Minecraft, the PS4 edition. This I actually had a lot of fun with because I was building a lot of different things. I actually built a full-on size Noah's Ark in this. I'm like, holy smokes, how am I going to do this? It has like 4 or 5 different levels. And I've done some like exploring all that. I didn't like completely go all like explore mode on this thing, but it was definitely fun to like craft stuff and everything. I still play it every once in a while, but yes, this is my first physical PS4 game, Minecraft. The next game is the 3.0 edition of Disney Infinity. in case you guys didn't know, I was actually invited by Disney Infinity to go and check out the E3 Expo a number of years back when this debuted. Actually, it was before it debuted. It was before it even was released out in the stores. I got to see all their different like characters here, like the Star Wars, mostly Star Wars, because Star Wars was not involved with the 2.0 edition. So Star Wars was completely new for 3.0. They did include a lot of the new Marvel characters in there. They added a few new Disney characters, but really Disney Infinity 3.0 was all about Star Wars. So that was pretty cool to see all the Star Wars figures. I have literally the entire collection of Disney Infinity figures. I am not joking. The entire collection. I'm not kidding when I say this, but I do actually own all 100 plus Disney Infinity characters for this game. And it's kind of sad though, because like several months later after they released 3.0, they were like, sorry, but we're discontinuing the franchise. Like, it's no longer here. It was sad because they were making this huge big deal for like Marvel, especially for the Star Wars brand for Disney Infinity, but unfortunately it didn't work. And I think I know one of the reasons why. First of all, these figures were very expensive. Two, they just didn't have that many characters for Disney. I mean, they had a lot of the Pixar characters and a few live actor characters for Disney Infinity. Like they had Jack Sparrow, Lone Ranger, the live actors from Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton versions. They had Tron Legacy in it, but none of the like really classic Disney characters. I mean, they started bringing a few in, but they were more of like the more recent Disney princesses like Jasmine, Rapunzel, Merida. I think they were going to do one for, I don't know if they actually had it during that time, but I'm pretty sure they would have done one for Moana, but a lot of the Disney princesses did not get their own figures. I'm guessing at some point they were gonna do that, like they would probably do stuff like Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, because obviously they had to do that. They did make figures for Anna and Elsa, and eventually they came out with Olaf and 3.0, but they disregarded everybody else. Like the original Mickey Mouse figure, in fact, hold on a second. Over here at my Disneyland display, we have a few Disney Infinity characters on display. We have Aladdin and Jasmine over here by the Magic Lamp. That's not a Disney Infinity character, that's actually a pop figure. Then over here by the Disneyland Castle, we have Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. Now, this is what's going to probably shock a lot of you. They didn't release these guys until 3.0. You would think, well, didn't they release them during 1.0? No, they didn't. In fact, the only character of Mickey that they released during 1.0 was Sorcerer Mickey. And Donald didn't appear until 2.0, but these guys appeared at 3.0. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Should have been released during 1.0, but anyways, yeah, but still, it's a fun game. Once again, I do have the entire collection. In fact, there's a quick glimpse right there. Whoa, look at that, there they are. That was a quick look. I will be doing a video about those guys on the Disneyland video series at some point, so be sure to watch the Disneyland video series for more updates about this collection. The next game for the PS4 that I got is something me and my dad can play. It's The Show 19. This is a baseball game. You can play like different teams like Los Angeles Dodgers, the New York Mets, Anaheim Angels, Florida Marlins, Oakland Athletics, Toronto Blue Jays. So this is actually kind of a fun game to play. You can create your own characters. It's a lot of fun. What's actually kind of cool is that you can program this such that you can't use your controllers on this. Well, I mean, you can like restart the game and all, but you don't have to actually play the game. You just have the computer play, so it's actually running both teams. So it looks like you're watching an actual baseball game. So during this time when I'm at home, if there are no baseball games, just hook this up to the PS4 and then just have the PS4 do all the work. This is actually a little trick I learned from the Nintendo 64 where I didn't put the controller for a particular team that I suggested, either the home team or the away team, so the PS4 or Nintendo 64 will be doing all of the playing. So again, it looks like a legit baseball game with just how HD this is. It's really cool. You should try it sometime. Okay, I mentioned this game back when I was showing you guys my Nintendo Wii. Guess what? It's back, my friends. It's WWE 2K20. This is the latest edition of the WWE games, featuring SmackDown and Raw, Friday Night SmackDown and Raw. There we have the John Cena right there. John Cena! There's the Undertaker right there. I have played my dad a few times. In fact, the first day I got this, he clobbered me on several occasions. Like, Dad's really good at this one for some oddball reason. Like, I used to be really good at this on the Wii, but now he's like really, really good at this. I'm like, holy smokes. Like, one day, I think it was on Christmas Day when I got this, and was it Christmas Day or his birthday? I forget which day it was, but he basically just clobbered me. I was like 0 for 3, and I was like, okay, you win. Best out of 5, and he beat me. Good grief. But yeah, this is a fun game to play. You get to play like different characters from the WWE, including like Hall of Famers and stuff like that. So it's a fun game. And last, but certainly not least, the reason I got this game is because of this mask. I had to get it, ladies and gentlemen. Mortal Kombat 11. Now, you may notice that the image on here looks a little rough. I literally just got this, and I accidentally spilled something on the cover. Got it wet. Whoops. Didn't do anything on the back, but definitely the front, as you can see. But yes, I got Mortal Kombat 11. It's also my very first game that got its M for mature. If you have noticed that all of my games that I've gotten up to this point have all been rated E or T for teen. A lot of the more recent games I've gotten that's like T for teen, like WWE for example, well, got my first M game right here. So kids, you can't play this until you're my age. Which is 31, by the way. Yeah, I'm 31, in case you didn't know. So unfortunately, unlike the Nintendo 64, the Wii, or the GameCube, I don't have any player's guides for the PS4. I don't think I'll be getting any player's guides at this point because, really, I think my collection right now is pretty good. But as of right now, I have no player's guides for the PS4. And that, my friends, is my PS4. I know that there aren't that many games there, but you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. And that's about it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. It is greatly appreciated. By the way, what are your favorite games to play on the PS4? If you want to leave a comment on my channel or my videos, be sure to head to my YouTube page under Community. Go to my little section that says, feel free to comment here on my channel. Right there, all you have to do is just press the button and leave a comment. As always, be sure to check out my other videos here on YouTube as well as my other channels. The Educational Series, the Disneyland Video Series, and the Travel Town Series. You can find me on Instagram. The link will be down below in the description of this video as well as my P.O. Box address. If you can't see any of the things I just mentioned, be sure to click on the Show More button on the description box. Thank you so much for watching. And as they say in Hollywood, still not in Hollywood, I'm at home. That, my friends, is a wrap. Game on.